I'm a man. I'm a man, right? Or I'm turning into a man. And I came to the conclusion that men have to lead, right? Through the Bible, through personal experience, through positions I've been put on. I came to the conclusion that as a man, I have to know how to lead, right? And I'm gonna go about this topic that way because that's my experience. I'm not excluding women in any way. All of this is useful to them too, because you have to be a balanced person. But I'm just gonna talk about it in that perspective because it's the perspective that I relate to the most, right? My gender. So, yeah, to lead. What does it mean to lead? I could Google, I could do that, but I'm gonna tell you my perspective. If you disagree, remember, bro, this is only me speaking my experience and the little wisdom I feel I have. I'm not absolute, right? If I'm wrong, if you feel like I'm wrong, tell me you're wrong because of this, this, and that. Okay, I feel like leading is understanding where you and the people you are with want to go and take those people there, right? That's what a leader does. He's the one who has who has the notion of where we are right now, where we want to go, who wants to go, and where and how. I mean, we get there. How do we get there? But of course, you can only understand where you are and where the people with you want to go if you know where you are as a person and where you as a person want to go. You can only lead, you can only start thinking about leading people when you feel like you have a grasp in your life, when you feel like you know where you want to go and how, and you're figuring out at least where, how to get there, you know? Only when you can be an example of leadership in your life, only when you can do that can you project that to other people. So let's say you were a man in a relationship and your girl is mad at you, right? You understand that she's mad at you. You also understand that she's tripping about things that don't matter like that. So your job as the leader in that moment is to lead her out of that mood, is to say whatever combinations of words, do whatever flips it takes for her to smile again. Because you know that's where she wants to be. She doesn't want to be in a bad spot. You don't want her to be in a bad spot. And she doesn't want to be there deep down. She might say, "Oh, I want to be mad at you," but that's not what she wants to solve it, right? So you, as a man, have to find a way to take your girl out of that bad mood. That's leading, right? That's what leading looks like in a practical term. In a project, we have a group project. I know as a leader that all we want is to have a good grade, for example, right? Let's say I'm with a group of people that wants to have a good grade and that's it. I know the best tool to do that is AI, for example. So I'm gonna say we're gonna use AI. I'm craving a path to the goal we all have in common. Let's say in that same scenario, I know the what we want is to learn from that experience, from that project. I'm gonna be the leader and say, "Yo, we're not gonna use AI." And that doesn't mean me being the one who's in front. No, it just means that I saw a common goal. I saw a way to get there, so I led us to that goal. It doesn't even, I don't even need to be the leader of the group to do that, to lead in certain moments, right? That's where I feel like leading doesn't always mean being the one who shines the most or something like that. It can be in small things, like that's still leading. And I feel like that's how you practice becoming a leader overall over bigger things with little things. You understand the situation you're in, the tools you have, you understand how to get there, and you take the people there. Where most people get it wrong is how to get there, right? There are ways to get people to follow you. There are ways to get people to do what you want. One of the best ways that I feel like works the most is by example. You lead by example. Let's say you are in a house and nobody does their bed. You can tell them, do your bed off the get-go, but you can also do your bed every day. You can do that. You can show them it's possible for you to do your bed every day and show the benefits that it gives you. You know, you get home, your bed is made. You don't need to make your bed to sleep, and they do. They see that because you do it consistently, so they follow that behavior. You didn't even speak, but you managed to find a way to lead them to make their beds. You know, I have no more examples for y'all. I hope y'all understood. Of course, um, bro, it's such a broad topic. It's such a broad topic. I gave an example of a guy in a relationship, but it happens with women as well. You come home as a man and you're tired, bro. You're tired, and you're hoping your girl can lead you out of that tiredness. You don't want to get home and hear your girl like ramp about her day, or maybe you do. That's what relaxes you, you know. And you're hoping your girl can take you out. You're hoping your girl can realize that you're in a bad mood. So maybe you tell her, "I'm in a bad mood." So you're giving her the picture of where you are, right? She knows you don't want to be in a bad mood, and she knows probably how to get you out of that bad mood. Or even if she doesn't, you tell her, bro, I just want to like cuddle right now, you know. So you put her in a position to lead you out of that bad way. So leading really is you leaning on each other, especially in a relationship, right, where you get to be that vulnerable. But you get to be that vulnerable whatever you want to be, right? So don't think of leading as a superiority thing. It's really just a role that needs to be played. That's it. It's just a role that needs to be played, and sometimes it has to be done by you. It doesn't make you better than no one. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make you bigger than no one. No, it's just a role that has to be played for things to work. And it is a role of service. It's a role of service. Is the perfect word. It takes for you to lead. You need to understand the people you're with. You're serving them, right? You have three people there. They're all hungry, and they can't decide what to eat. You are the one who's gonna provide the service of knowing what you're going to eat. You ask the first person, what do you want to eat? The second, the third. Okay, two people out of three want to eat something. So you decide that you're gonna make a judgment that's gonna make everybody happy, or the most people happy. You know, you led them that way. That's good. Or you decide that the person who wants to eat the odd thing is the most important. You know, you are the tiebreaker. You're there. You're providing a service, bro. You're not better than no one because you're leading, right? It's a service that you had. It's a task. It's a burden. It's a beautiful burden. So you know, don't think of leading as the prize, bro. Leading is the result, actually. Is the result of you knowing how to lead your life. You have to know how to lead your life to begin with. You have to know where you want to go for you to lead other people. So don't think of leading as the goal. Leading is the consequences. The consequence of you organizing your life and knowing how to do that, right? Don't aim to be a leader, aim to be a better person, and people will follow because of the example you're giving with your person, right? Oh, he's such an organized person. I'm gonna follow the organization, right? Oh, he's so punctual. Oh, you know what I mean? And people and people will start, and people will start to gravitate towards that energy you're giving. They're gonna put you in positions to lead because of the person you are, right? Because of how well you do your things. Oh, he does it so well. I wanted to do that thing that well in my life as well. You know, you know, you know, you know what I mean? I don't know if I missed something. I hope I didn't, because this is such a crazy topic. I wish somebody told me that, bro. I wish I didn't have to find out. But again, I'm grateful I did, right? I'm gonna cut this part. I'm not gonna use this part.